peace in Palestine. Rylan Clark said something along the lines that the UK is built on legal immigration, which helped to enrich the country in various ways, make reference to his mom and nursing. But the phones, it's not given by the taxpayer, it's given by the charities, self-funding. And then he mentioned about iPads. And let's think sensibly. What are the odds, from what we know about the UK government and how generous they are, that they're giving away iPads? I've never had an iPad. Nobody I know has ever had an iPad. Why would iPads be front of mind? The UK government are not giving out free damn iPads. So let's just clarify that. If anything, again, it's going to be the goodwill of charities and things like that. But it's amazing how lies take root and have their own momentum. He also mentioned about four-star hotels. Now, in the entirety of UK history, would there have been at least one asylum seeker that's been booked into what was a four-star hotel before it became converted, usually these days, into an asylum-type hostel? So if you're looking back to the entirety of history, there's bound to have been one. But more recently, they need somewhere they can place people. And there was a news article, and they showed one of the rooms, and in a room for one person, they had bunk beds, and there were 3 or 4 people in there. So we're not talking about luxury. And as soon as you go down that route, and as soon as you take away the receptionists, because obviously the receptionist is not going to be there for an asylum hostel, it is no longer a hotel, and it's most definitely no longer 4-star. And I think he seemed to be saying that any kind of housing that we have should be given to the homeless, and it must be because he doesn't understand there's already help for the homeless and already help for the veterans. It's almost like saying, if we wrote down a list of 100 things that matter, we won't move from number 2 until we've satisfied number 1. Now, does that make logical sense? So if we had a list of 100 things most important to the UK, it would be the logic, well, food's most important, so until we've saturated everything from food, then we move on to number 2. Is that a sensible way to go about it? Or does the 6th richest country in the world, big enough GDP, gross domestic product, that it can tackle more than one thing at the same time? And we're still talking about commitments that we signed up for in international law regarding immigration, and in particular asylum. He also talks about no idea who these asylum seekers are and what they're doing. Now, there's various elements to that. Now, the whole concept of asylum is that you can't just sit at home waiting for somebody to knock your door and maltreat you or kill you. That makes absolutely no logical sense. The concept of asylum is, this is a situation where you need to get yourself out, and that's exactly what they do. And it is, again, the international law, which we had a massive part in writing in the first place, and that we've signed up to. So if we didn't want to do it, we shouldn't have done it. And if we no longer want to be part of it, we have to be part of trying to change it or withdraw from it. And that's the only sensible conversation. We also got confusion about, you can't go on holiday and expect to be put into a hotel by the host country. But of course, you wouldn't be going on holiday and claiming asylum, because that's 2 separate things. So if you're going on holiday, if you don't have a hotel, then you're sleeping rough. But if you went to another country with the intention of claiming asylum, then you would be treated as an asylum seeker and entitled to everything else which is stipulated under those laws. As simple as that. You know the drill. The full video that I've just talked about is going to be round about here towards the bottom of the screen if you're on a mobile. Otherwise, the link's going to be in the description or the comments.